everyone, and welcome to Metagame Mastery, where it's not just about what the card does, but how it impacts the game. Core 2019 preview season is upon us, and today's theme is tribal support. Tons of amazing new cards for existing tribal strategies. We're going to go over all of them today. If you enjoy our content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos. And if you want to support the channel, check out our Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Without further ado, big time, go time. Let's go. Sarkhan Fireblood is 3 CMC, 1 colorless, red for a legendary planeswalker with a starting loyalty of 3. +1 ability, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. +1 ability, add 2 mana of any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells, and a -7 ability. Create 4 5/5 red dragon creature tokens with flying. So this guy's good. I don't think he's going to see standard play because he's a little too narrow, but when it comes to incorporating him into, say, dragon tribal decks, this guy's freaking outstanding. He does everything you want. He comes into play early. You get a rummage effect so that you can populate your graveyard, and you get the +1 that provides both mana fixing and mana ramp, and his ultimate certainly doesn't hurt. I mean, this does everything you want, nothing you don't. Solid card. Spit Flame is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a red. For an instant, it deals 4 damage to target creature. Whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 red mana. If you do, return Spit Flame from your graveyard to your hand. So this is a decent creature removal spell. Obviously not super economical, but it's a fine card for you to discard to, say, Sarkhan Ball's rummage ability and get back when you use his mana ramp ability to force out dragons. I like it. It's flavorful, it's fun, it's repeatable removal for your dragon tribal deck. Good card. Sarkhan's Unsealing is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a red. For an enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 4, 5, or 6, it deals 4 damage to any target. That's creatures, planeswalkers, or even opponents. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 7 or greater, it deals 4 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Oh my god, this card's so good. Obviously, this is geared more so towards Commander, Brawl type formats than it is Standard or even Limited. It can be decent and Limited if you have the right cards to sort of build around it. But that said, this thing is broken as heck, especially in, say, a Scion of the Ur-Dragon or even an Ur-Dragon deck. They're getting so much support. It's ridiculous. These one-sided board wipes are out of control, and being able to burn opponents consistently every single time you drop one of your dragons is just nuts. So much value. Banefire is being reprinted. It's X and a red for a sorcery. It deals X damage to any target. If X is 5 or more, this spell can't be countered, and damage can't be prevented. So we know this card, we've seen it in previous formats. This is probably the most reliable form of Fireball, because the big threat when you cast an X spell is that if they counter it, then you wind up dumping a ton of resources into something that doesn't pan out. This makes it so that you don't have to worry about that. So it's a very, very solid card. Goblin Trashmaster is 4 CMC, 2 colorless, red for a 3/3 Goblin Warrior. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. Sacrifice a goblin, destroy target artifact. I love this guy. I mean, he's a Goblin Lord on a sizable body. That's good on its own. And you have the ability, he's a sack outlet. A sack outlet that's also a repeatable artifact removal. I mean, this guy's just good on every level. Yes, he's not 2 mana Lord like Elves got, Merfolk got, etc. But still, this guy's a beastie. Johnny's Welcome is 1 white mana for an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So we've got kind of a riff on Soul Warden here. It costs the same amount of mana. It has a very similar effect. It's more durable, though. It's harder to get rid of. which is particularly relevant in a standard environment where Goblin Chain Whirler is everywhere. It doesn't trigger on your opponent's creatures, but it is a way for you to get consistent incremental life gain off of your own. Therefore, I think in the right deck where you're specifically building around getting incremental life gain, this is going to be extremely powerful. Cleansing Nova is 5 CMC, 3 colorless, white, white for a sorcery. Choose one, destroy all creatures, or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. So this is just super versatile. I mean, we've got 5 mana Day of Judgment type effect, or it's got a mode where it can be a Purify spell. Either way, this is all upside, and the versatility of being able to wipe out your opponent's artifacts, enchantments, sagas, while maintaining your own board, or vice versa, is extremely, extremely solid. This will see play across many formats. Such a good card. Lena, Selfless Champion is 6 CMC, 4 colorless, white, white for a 3/3 legendary human knight. When she enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each non-token creature you control. Sacrifice Lena. Creatures you control with power less than Lena's power gain indestructible until end of turn. So, kind of the high-end finisher for a white weenie build. This one's kind of tricky because she doubles your board state, but only for your non-token creatures, which White Weenie tends to really like their tokens, their soldier tokens, their knight tokens, etc., etc. So she won't interact positively with those. But in the right deck, as a build around, she's extremely powerful. Just being able to flood the board with 1/1 white soldier creatures. Remorseful Cleric is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a white for a 2/1 Spirit Cleric with flying. You can sacrifice him, exile all cards in target player's graveyard. This card's just good. There's a lot of graveyard shenanigans in standard, even in limited right now. And this is a 2/2 evasive body that at any time you can sacrifice it to exile all cards from target player's graveyard. This will see play. It's extremely solid. If nothing else, people will be bringing it in out of the sideboard. It's a really good card. Valiant Knight is 4 CMC, 3 colorless and white for a 3/4 human knight. Other knights you control get +1/+1. You can pay 3 colorless, white, white. Knights you control gain double strike until end of turn. Wow, this thing's just pure awesome. We've got a Knight Lord here. It has 4 toughness, so that it's very difficult to remove with Bird, and it gives you the ability to grant double strike to all your knights on top of the bonus that you're giving it, just +1/+1. Extreme damage potential here, and it plays on curve after History of Benalia. Very, very powerful. Master Thopterist is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a blue for a 1/4 legendary human artificer. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. You can pay 1 colorless and a blue, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. So I like this guy a lot. You get additional value off of all your artifacts, and you can sacrifice Thopters or even the other artifacts you're playing to gain a card advantage later on. Very solid card. I think he plays well with a lot of the historic mechanics that we saw from Dominaria recently. So I love the game design here. Very solid card. One with the Machine is 4 CMC, 3 colorless and blue, sorcery, draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. So we've got a Rush of Knowledge for artifacts only. Still really extremely solid. I could see this being played in a lot of casual formats. It's a good card in the right deck. Next up, we have a Japanese language preview that I specifically wanted to include here because of its creature typing and how it fits into the tribal deck. Departed Deckhand is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a blue for us 2/2 Spirit Pirate. When departed deckhand becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it. It can only be blocked by spirits. You can pay 3 colors and a blue. Target creature you control gain only be blocked by spirits this turn. Awesome, awesome card. First and foremost, we're talking about 2/2 pirate 4/2 that 98% of the time cannot be blocked. Admiral Beckett Brass loves this card, and then it has the ability to spread that ability around so that you can make your other pirates difficult to block. Very solid card. It has a built-in drawback, but that's okay. Make your opponents waste a card on this. Runic Armosaur is 3 CMC, 1 colorless green for a 2/5 dinosaur. Whenever an opponent activates ability of a creature or land, if it isn't a mana ability, you may draw a card. So this is just great. I mean, it's a big butt creature that you play for 3 mana. We're seeing more dinosaurs, which is awesome, and it's a potential card draw for your mono green or even Naya color decks. Super, super good. I'm gonna love throwing this in Jasath. Hungering Hydra is X and a green for a 0/0 Hydra that enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. It cannot be blocked by more than one creature, and if it is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. So I like this guy in Limited because he's so versatile. If you're in a stalled board state, you need a late game bomb, this guy will always be able to step up to the plate. On top of that, he cannot be gang blocked, making it so much more likely that his second ability or his third ability will get to trigger. That said, he's just a big dumb creature. He doesn't have trample on him, so I don't see him making it in constructed formats. I might throw him into an enraged deck though, just for the fact that he would grow so fast. Chaos Wand is 3 colorless mana for an artifact. You can pay 4 colorless mana, tap it, target opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of that library in a random order. So, truth in advertising, this is clearly a chaos effect. Definitely best used in something like Commander, where there are massive, massive, powerful spells in people's decks. You could potentially get a bargain price on them. It's essentially a form of card advantage. It's also a way for you to cheat out powerful spells and turn your opponent's best cards against them. It looks like a lot of fun. Definitely not something that you can use consistently enough to see standard play or modern or anything like that, but in Commander, this will be a cool card. Phylactery Lich is being reprinted. He's black for a 5/5 zombie with indestructible. When he enters the battlefield, put a phylactery counter on an artifact you control. When you control no permanents with phylactery counters on them, sacrifice Phylactery Lich. Classic card. Love this card. I actually built a casual deck around it back in the day with Darksteel Citadels, Darksteel Ingots, Darksteel Axes, and Dark Rituals. And this guy is just a big dumb beater that you can get out early. He's contingent on your board state, and I don't foresee them reprinting Dark Ritual in a standard legal format, so you probably won't be able to get him out on turn 1. That said, he's a very solid body once you get him on the board, and I think for casual purposes, people are going to have a lot of fun with this card. For limited purposes, you have to know that you're going to have a target, otherwise this is just a dead draw. Spectre is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a black for a 1/3 Spectre with flying. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards card. Whenever an opponent discards card, that player loses 2 life. Okay, I like this. We've got another micro type effect on a body that also uh, forces your opponent to discard a card as it enters the battlefield, getting immediate value. This is just a solid redundancy card for Microm decks. I like it. Graveyard Marshal is 2 black mana for a 3/2 zombie soldier. You could pay 2 colorless and black, exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. So his ability isn't all that great. What I love about this is that it's 2 black mana for a 3/2 zombie soldier. That's just really solid. I mean, he's a black bear with upside. That's a good card. I would run this in limited every time. Stitcher's Supplier is 1 black mana for a 1/1 zombie. When it enters the battlefield or dies, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. Great way to populate your graveyard for, say, maybe a Bone Dragon. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoy our content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos. And if you're looking to support the channel, there's an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. This has been Metagame Mastery. Peace!